Braveheart 2 with Chris Pine's penis? What? The Netflix original film Outlaw King is all about Robert the Bruce, who we learned about in the Mel Gibson film Braveheart. Now, he's based on a true person, and this whole film is based on true facts and true accounts. Now, it's not really Braveheart 2, it's just it picks up kind of after Braveheart ends. And because it surrounds some of the same characters, and you have William Wallace mentioned, and you definitely have Robert the Bruce, it has this feel of Braveheart 2. But really what it is it's telling the story of now Scotland's rise against the English king and how they're trying to win their country back. Chris Pine is Robert the Bruce, and he does a pretty good job in this role. Now, his accent is a little wonky, as are some of the other actors who are not Scottish by birth. They have some wonky Scottish accents too, that they kind of waver in and out. I was willing to overlook it because some of the characters and some of the story drew me in. Now, this film is not going to be for everybody. It is slow, and it does drag in points, but I found the content compelling and I found it really interesting, and so it kept me wanting to watch. But I definitely see how other people would not enjoy this at all, because if you go in thinking that you're going to see Braveheart that has this huge drama element and then a lot of battle sequences that are just epic, you're not going to get a lot of that in this. There is some drama to it, and there is a battle scene or two, but that's it. A lot of it is kind of just the story of Robert the Bruce going through and trying to reconnect the clans and trying to then rise up against Edward Longshanks. One of the standout performances for me was Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now, he's not Scottish, and his accent was still, like I said, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but I just loved his character, and I loved the intensity that he brought, that he had something to prove because his name had been stripped from him. And I loved that, and he's brutal. And a lot of the film is brutal, that what they do and what they have to do to accomplish their goal is brutal. I liked the landscape and I liked the cinematography. I liked seeing how Scotland was portrayed, and you just get to see just the beauty and the majesty of the countryside. And then I liked how they did some of the battle scenes and what they did. And oh, that is gnarly and gory. But they did it really, really well. At the opening scene, it is this long, continuous take. And I loved it. And I thought that's how the rest of the film was going to be. That it was setting us up to see, we're going to see a lot of these long, continuous shots. But we didn't. After that, it just kind of went into some regular editing, which is fine. It's not to say that the regular editing is bad. It was just, when you set the film up like this, I was expecting more of it. Now, like I said, for me, I enjoyed the content and I enjoyed the story. And it's based on a true story, but it's not a documentary. And so I didn't expect it to be right on perfect with every single fact. And so I don't really care about that. I mean, is it compelling? To me, absolutely. Did I find it interesting? Yes. And I think a lot of people will, but I think also it's going to divide. Because if you're not into just this biographical drama and this history, then you might get bored with it because there are some slow points to it. So I don't know if this one is really going to resonate with you or not, but I enjoyed Outlaw King a lot. And it kept me engaged the entire time because I was drawn into the story. I'm willing to overlook the wonky accents and some of the slowness of the story because I was so invested in finding out more. There is sex and nudity and Chris Pine's penis, but if you're looking for Boogie Nights, that's not what this is. There is a lot of brutal violence, and there might be some profanity. It kind of got lost in there. I give Outlaw King 4 out of 5 couches. Have you seen it? What did you think? I'd love to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.